Hi everyone, in today's lesson I will talk about how to solve equations with square root signs. So please turn to a new page of your notebook, write down the dates of today and the learning target. Okay, and there is only one skills, and you can take a look of this example. The square root of x minus 2 equals to 0. Okay, so for solving equations with square root sign, we will put all the square root on one side, okay, while all the other things on the other side. Okay, then we can take the square on both sides, and therefore we can find the value. Then let's take a look of some examples. So in example 1, we have x minus square root of 2x minus 1 equals to 8. So according to our skills, we'll put the term with square root on one side, while putting all the other things on the other side. And afterwards, we can take the square on both sides. So for left hand side, we have a squared plus 2ab plus b squared. And for the right hand side, after the square root taking square, it will become 2x minus 1. Okay, so we have x squared minus 16x plus 64 minus 2x plus 1 equal to 0. Then we can form a quadratic equation. Okay, and we have x squared minus 18x plus 65 equals to 0. Okay, then we can do the factorization. X minus 5 and then x minus 13 equal to 0, and we have x equals to 5 or x equals to 13. Okay, so again, so when we are solving square equations with square root sign, we have to check the answer. Okay, so first, when x equals to 5, we have to put it back to the original question, and it will become 5 minus 2 times 5 minus 1, and then take the square root, and it will become 5 minus square root of 9, and it will become 2, and it doesn't equals to the right hand side, 8. Okay, then for this answer we have to reject. Okay, then again we will check the answer for x equals to 13. So it will become 13 minus square root of 25, and it is equals to 8. Okay, so for x equals to 13, we don't have to reject. So in example 2, we have 10 minus 2 times square root of x minus 2 equals to x. So according to our skills, we have to put the term with square root on one side. So in this case, we'll put the square root of x minus 2 together with the 2 to the right hand side. Okay, so for the left hand side, we have 10 minus x. Okay, so afterwards, again we can take the square on both sides. Okay, so please be careful for the right hand side. For the 2, it has to be squared also. Okay, so 2 squared, it will become 4. Okay, and for the square root of x minus 2, after taking square, it will become x minus 2. Okay, then we can see now there is no square root in the question. Okay, then we can form a quadratic equation. Okay, so we have x squared minus 24x plus 108 equal to 0. And again, we will do the factorization. X minus 6, x minus 18 equal to 0. And we will form two answers. X equals to 6 or x equals to 18. Okay, so again, we have to check the answer. Okay, to make sure that it is consistent with the question. Okay, so first we check x equals to 6. Okay, 10 minus 2 times 6 minus 2, square root of x 6 minus 2. Okay, and it will become 10 minus 2 times square root of 4. And it is equals to 6. Okay, so which is consistent with the right hand side. Okay, so we don't have to reject x equals to 6. Okay, then let's take a look of x equals to 18. Okay, so for the left hand side, 10 minus 2 times square root of 18 minus 2. And we have 10 minus 2 times square root of 16. And the result is 2. Okay, and for the right hand side, it is equals to 18. So they are not equal. So therefore, we have to reject the answer x equals to 18. So in example 3, we have 8x plus 2 times square root of x minus 1 equals to 0. So again, we will put the term with square root on one side, while all the other things on the other side. And afterwards, we can take the square on both sides. So for the left hand side, it will become the square of 2, 4. The square of square root x equals to x. And for the right hand side, we have a squared plus 2ab plus b squared. And we have 4x equals to 1 minus 16x plus 64x squared. So again, we can form a quadratic equation. 64x squared minus 20x plus 1. Okay, and we have 64x minus 20x plus 1 equal to 0. And therefore, 16x minus 1 times 4x minus 1 equals to 0, and x is equals to 1 over 16, or x equals to 1 over 4. Okay, so again, after getting two answers, we'll put it back on the to the original question. Okay, so for x equals to 1 over 16, okay, and we have to check the answer. It is equals to 0. So it is consistent with the right hand side. So we accept this answer. Okay, then we have to check x equals to 1 over 4 also. Okay, and the answer is 2, and it doesn't equals to 0. So we have to reject x equals to 1 over 4. And finally, there is only one solution in this question, that is x equals to 1/16. And for the remaining time, please help me to finish quick practice 8.15, quick practice 8.16, and the homework for today.